And with that, I believe we're recording. It's been a while, but hey, we didn't get to play this last time a couple of weeks ago, and the delays between sessions are a bit of a problem. I hope that improves. So, welcome back everybody. It's time for some more Dragon Age, and we're going to hopefully all settle in and have some fun.
Awesome.
Hey.
I'm
Yay.
going to apologise in advance.
We're all going to die.
Well, maybe. I need to do something really dumb at the moment. Evan, I'm going to do something I hope you've done already. And
View as player?
view as player. Yeah. Because I have so many hidden tokens on this map, I want to check which ones you can see and which ones you can't see. So, as you trudged wearily into the little town of Sothmere, the rain drizzling, the roads churned up to mud, you can see bright tents and colourful awnings, all admittedly, rain-sodden and soaked with drizzle, but still cheerfully erected. There is music playing, and the townspeople are dancing and cheering and moving around between various attractions. There's an archery range, there's all sorts of things, and you get the feel that, in spite of the weather, people are quite happy. Now, as you did enter town, you saw the wooden fortress up on a nearby hill. Wittred, you've got... Oh, you haven't got the military law focus under cunning. Has anyone got it?
The
I do not, but
I thought someone had.
I do not, but when we came into town, I did say, "Oh, Falred, look!
Hold on.
It's
You know
the
what?
festival,
You know
and I've
what?
got your
Who really
suit."
would have had that? A knight.
So, why don't you all make me cunning checks now? Additionally, on the outskirts of town, you saw 2 or 3 partially constructed houses. Okay. In various states of completion. And plots marked out for more houses to be built.
This is also what I said to Falred with that cunning test. Oh, I have your suit in my suitcase, by the way. We can go to the festival.
1, 2, 2, 4. Who missing? Just in case someone wanted to roll it.
God, I rolled
Oh,
horribly.
Falron. Right, okay. So as I said, the townsfolk appear to have been making an effort to construct new houses on the edge of town.
Mm-hmm.
So, Livia,
Yes.
you can tell that the wooden hill fort is not in an ideal position
Okay.
in relation to the village. However, there is a much better location where it should be placed instead that is not in use. Yeah, a nice...
Oh.
Yeah.
Is that because it wasn't a good location originally and the town's just expanded, or is it just not in a good position, just straight off, not a good position?
Well, with that roll,
Mhm.
you can tell that a wooden hill fort takes a lot less time to construct than a stone castle would.
Mm-hmm.
So if they are planning on building a stone castle, there would be need for many, many workers to come and live in the surrounding area for some time, and then start building a castle on that hill. And the fact that a lot of new homes are being built implies that this might actually be underway already.
So it's not just a market thing, like this is a market position and lots of people coming here to trade goods, and the village and the town is expanding because of the trade. It's just because of the secondary thing is to build a castle. Okay.
Well, Ban Baranti requested you to come to this region, to this village specifically, because they grow a very special grain that doesn't grow anywhere else in the kingdom. And it's very popular.
Oh.
So obviously constructing a castle to guard such a location would be a very wise move.
Yeah.
Cass, did you want to make a roll for Falarin to see if he picked up on any of this or not?
One more.
Oh, no, you did roll already. It's someone else. It's Falarin, Haldy, Olivia, Wichtred. Oh, Glenn. It's Cyrus who hasn't rolled. Got it. So Wichtred and Falarin observe that the castle isn't in the best place, the fortress isn't in the best place, and that the other larger hill nearby would be a better place for an actual castle. But they don't twig on the fact that but they don't twig on the fact that one might actually be being built in the future.
Yeah.
So there's music playing, the crowd's milling around. I've placed a number of individuals here representative of a much larger group. Oh, hey, this is wrong. This is very wrong. Okay, someone got pinched or punched for the first of the month. A little bit late for that, isn't it?
What? Oh no. Sorry.
Okay.
I'm so glad I set that to show us players. So, because I realised that one of the tokens I wanted to be visible was not visible. Alright, so, the music plays, and it's cheery country music, right? There are a number of attractions on display. So let me help set the scene, alright? There's a group of people gathered around some large wooden boards set up with badly painted pictures of Darkspawn on them. Like, really badly painted pictures of Darkspawn by people who don't know what Darkspawn look like and have never even met one.
And what exactly do they look like? Oh, please do describe.
Well, one's kind of got a turnip for a head, and the other one's got an eye so large it practically goes down to his armpit on one side of his face, and the other one's all kind of shriveled up. The ogre
Lauren
is
clearly laughing.
the ogre is somewhat the ogre is impressive, let's say, and they have small targeting circles placed on different parts of their bodies, and people are happily throwing axes and cabbages and rotten tomatoes at the boards and having the time of their lives. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
They've never. What the?
Yeah, I'm gonna strike that Darkspawn down. This'll be great if they ever come near this village. Yeah.
This normal for humans to do?
There are people fighting with staves and with wooden swords. There's knife throwing boards set up and people tossing knives. There's some wrestling. There's a pillow fight on a slippery pole. There's juggling. There's musicians. Oh, it's great. There's an archery range. Actually, there's this woman here, Fiala, who's standing there, with a bow in her hand, casually waiting, and occasionally she'll call people over to shoot and try their luck, and she'll shoot with them, and, she's just having a nice good time.
I think I would
Now,
go over to the archery range.
Hold on. She is being watched by this fair-haired fellow over here, who's dressed in rather ostentatious garments and full armour. And he's just lounging casually, while this old fellow next to him is whispering in his ear and murmuring, looking in the direction of this young lass who's dancing on the dance floor. And he's murmuring to the young fellow, and the young fellow is kind of nodding and pretending to pay attention while ogling the archer. There are women, children, men, people dancing, having the time of their lives. There's an old woman just kind of sitting and relaxing, watching. There's tents where refreshments are being served. There's a blacksmith who's got a blacksmith saw set up with all sorts of ironmongery. There are half a dozen soldiers, but I've only put 3 here for some reason, which will become apparent later on. On guard, they're patrolling and just casually watching. And there is a... Oh, wait. Yep, okay. I'm just checking. Oh yeah, there's a Dalish... what do you call it? A Hala? Is the Hala the beast or the caravan? I can't remember.
Hala's the beast.
I thought so. What's the caravan called? I can't remember.
An Aravel.
And that's it. There's a Dalish Aravel, and there is a short, beautiful Dalish elven woman dancing, and standing off to the side is the most unusual Dalish elf you have ever seen. All right. He has a very long pointed nose and rather large ears, and his arms and legs are a bit too long, and his hands and feet slightly larger than you would normally expect for normal bodily proportions. He looks kind of grotesque, but he's dressed in rather cheerful garments, clearly some kind of entertainer. And he's watching while the woman sings and dances. Furthermore, there is... Oh, yes. I need to check a quick detail. There is a fat man, stuffing his face with a pasty.
Wow.
Beside a... Yeah, pasty. He's stuffing his face with a pasty beside a pie stall. And some of you...
Okay, got it.
And some
All
of
right,
you
a
may
pastry,
recognize him as Jornan, a merchant that some of you have had dealings with in the past.
I stopped.
Okay, yeah, I know which one
do you
he
mean
is.
Do you mean a pastry?
No,
Pasty.
pasty.
Yeah.
Okay, for us Yanks, American, what the hell's a pasty?
I'll explain to you.
Please do.
Imagine it's a pastry, but it's got 2 parts inside of it. One part is...
It's a delicious food, okay? Just bear with it.
Mine used to have them to take down the mines. One half inside, one half was like a dessert, like the stewed apple. The other half was just meat. And
Yeah, one end is sweet, the other is savoury.
Yeah.
Oh, no, that's okay. Yeah, that
So-
sounds pretty damn
Found,
good.
okay, I stop in my tracks when I see this man. And then
Oh.
He doesn't seem to have
controlling
noticed
myself
you.
as much as possible. Knowing that starting a fight here would be the worst thing.
Let me
No,
just...
we're supposed to out-trade him for the city,
yes,
or for a certain group.
indeed. He looks like the merchant you've been told to beat in the trade negotiations for the riot wheat.
Mm-hmm.
I think it's a shame they call it riot, because obviously it's somewhere between rye and oats. You'll find out why I think it's a shame they called it riot later on, because it's so close to riot, obviously.
Yes.
Let's hope there's no sort of stampede or anything, eh? Alright, so the stage has been set. There are all manner of interesting things going on. There's people showing off their wares. And, they're getting near to the planting season as well. So soon it'll be time to plough the fields. And you see the blacksmith's got a few new ploughshares up on his stall. What do you all want to do?
You've forgotten one important thing, though, Ralph. The ale tent.
I did say there were tents where refreshments were being served.
I missed that.
There are plenty of those.
Yes, lots of people hanging out outside them and so on. Various states of drunkenness, of course.
Yeah.
Yes.
Oh, yes.
Well, I want to see if these ale tents have some light sparkling wine, of course.
Of course, you trundle into a tent and ask for a light sparkling wine. You get a funny look, but you're handed something that's relatively close to what you asked for, and they don't charge you for it because they're in such a good mood.
Oh,
God.
possible.
They're gone.
This is suspicious. I sip it slowly because it is free. If I had to pay for it, I understand, but this is free. This is obviously dodgy, so I sip it gently when it's free.
It's not bad, it's no Orlesian fine wine, or not the sort of thing you'd expect back home in Winter, but it's okay.
That's passable, I suppose, but yeah, I feel like
actually it's got a funny little aftertaste to it, almost as if some local herbs and spices have been added to the mix before it's been served up.
Hope it's not poisonous.
Yes. Wouldn't you like to know? Well, you just get to wait and find out, I suppose.
Well,
it's all right. We're not running Cursed Empire where everything is poisoned and deadly.
Well, you guys go and check out the festival. I'm gonna go get us some rooms at the inn, and I gotta make sure to I gotta get my good clothes on and make sure that Falren's suit is sitting out for him.
Falren, you want to see how that bow works for you?
Still glancing out the tent. Fine.
John seems to be enjoying himself, doesn't seem to have noticed you.
That's alright. It works.
You just sit there glaring at him. You stride on over... Sorry, Cyrus strides on over to the archery booth, clearly expecting you to accompany him. What do you want to do?
I will go with him. Hold on a minute. I'm going to have to mouse my way over this.
That's alright. So, Cyrus, you get there a little before Falren, apparently, and the woman smiles and looks at you. She has curly dark hair. Where the hell did...
Whoops, sorry.
How far did you go?
You hunting somebody.
Sorry.
Yeah, Falren really wanted to be... Where? Right in the middle of the dance floor, apparently. Right. That's okay. So yeah, the woman smiles and says, "Well, stranger, would you like to come try your skill at a bow? I have some here if you don't have one of your own. Or use your own, I don't mind."
I have one of my own, thank you.
Oh, is this friend going to shoot with you?
Well, I don't know. Are you going to try your luck?
Right. Yes. I'll try.
Excellent. I'll shoot with you both if you want as well, just so you don't feel like you're just firing on your own.
That's fine. More the merrier.
And she talks you through the targets, like, which parts of the targets are worth what, and, a very simple scoring system. And you're both set to firing arrows, or crossbow bolts. And, yeah, why don't you each give me a... This is where I try and find...
Raph?
What?
Which way are the targets facing?
They're kind of over this way. I know what you're thinking. I don't think you could justifiably fire all the way over here.
Damn, I was thinking the same thing.
Wow.
How does this boat work again? Funk. Oh, Joran, I'm so sorry.
Oh.
It slipped.
Oh, you almost sound like Patches.
Oh, hey, not that bad.
Oh, I'm sorry. I fell and slipped on the lever.
All
I
right,
had to pull it.
why don't you each give me a just a ranged attack roll, actually, yeah.
What's the target? Just because it actually makes you choose a target.
All right, make it a straight up dex check then. Yeah, just make it a dexterity check.
Oh, wait a minute, I can do dexterity bows.
Yeah. There you go, 15. Nice. So, you both fire away. Falren, while you're distracted by the presence of Jornan, you turn away in frustration, focus on the targets, and begin firing arrow after arrow with deadly efficiency. Cyrus, you're slightly taken aback by how aggressive Falron is being towards those targets, and it causes you to score not quite as highly, and in the end, Falron wins the bout of shooting.
Nice shooting. I have the feeling I know who you are picturing.
Right. Yes.
Incredibly enough, I am eventually going to have to see what clan these elves are from, and if there's more of their clan around.
Oh, says the woman, do you know him?
I'm not exactly sure. I do not know if they're part of my clan or not. I haven't introduced myself yet.
Oh, you'll love the Elsa. Everyone likes her, and Oleg the clown. Oh, he is a right laugh. I tell you, I wouldn't mind going over to watch her a bit myself later. You have fun, yeah? And she
Maybe they'll
kind
let
of
me,
pats you on
play
the
with
arm,
them,
friendly, and turns her attention to some other people nearby who might be interested in trying out their skill at archery.
That was good shooting, Falron.
Might be useful later.
The way our luck goes, it'd probably be useful very soon. That's why I'm going to try to move a little bit closer to Joran, but I'm making sure he don't see me.
Sure. Now, give me a moment.
Oh, he won't recognize Farron. He was young when that happened. Probably wouldn't recognize him.
As you, as the two of you head off in the direction of the Daily Shelves and Jornan, you see the old man and the young, wealthy-dressed armoured fellow, stand. The old man stands, leans on his walking stick, and the armoured fellow doesn't really help him. The old man looks to him as if he's expecting a bit of help, doesn't get it, and then he hobbles towards the edge of the dance floor. The young armoured man strides with him. The young woman sees them coming, and because of a conversation we had earlier this week, grabs hold of Falron and whisks him into the middle of the dance floor.
Wait!
And as she draws you close, she murmurs, "Quick, dance with me. My father's coming with that Sir Richter, and I really don't want to meet him right now."
Glance nervously around and just do it. Just do it. Just do it.
You dance and twirl, your feet barely touching the ground, almost feeling as if your sense of balance is being wrenched from your body. But out of the corner of your eye, you eventually see the fair-haired knight shrug and head over towards the archery range. As if he's interested in examining the bows and arrows. The old man sighs and heads off towards the blacksmith's direction. And eventually, the young lass, who really actually is quite a talented dancer, stops, panting for breath, and says, "Oh, thanks for that. You're a lifesaver, whoever you are. My name's Wynne, by the way. Wynne Kovic. Nice to meet you."
Nice to meet you. What exactly happened?
Oh, well, my father's been interested in setting me up with Sir Richter for a while now, and I just really don't like him. There's something about him, it ain't quite right.
Just plain bad, I suppose?
I don't know, he just kind of... It's just the way he is as a person, it doesn't feel right. It just kind of makes my skin crawl, to be honest. Oh, is that another dance starting up? And she heads off towards the dance floor as the musicians strike up a new tune, and just leaves you kind of, panting for breath and feeling as if you've gone through a rather strong exertion.
Oh, that hurts.
Mm-hmm.
Not used to dancing.
Nah.
No. And I wander back over to where Cyrus should already be.
So, alright, in the meantime, Cyrus, you've arrived at a wonderful crowd of people just in time for Diel's of a dancer, light on her feet and agile and nimble to finish her dance. And Oleg strides forwards with his long nose and his large ears and his large hands and feet and his oh so long limbs, and he begins to perform feats of acrobatics. He tumbles, he rolls, he has the crowd amazed, and then he begins to perform acts of sleight of hand, and it's just really interesting watching. You can see why these two travelling Dalish elves are able to make a living and visit human villages like this. And you see the locals don't seem to mind their elvish heritage or their Valislin at all. You almost feel at home here. And seeing their Aravel, which you notice has been modified slightly to include some more Ferelden decorations and doesn't look as purely Dalish as you'd expect. You reckon they've been on the road for quite a while now and know how to ingratiate themselves into local communities.
Huh, they do better than I do. I'm kind of like, not happy about what they did to the Averall, though. Making it look more... Yeah, I'm kind of like...
More Shem-like?
But I'll sit there and watch them. Kind of interested in everything else and just leaning.
So, Oleg the Clown, he dances, he juggles, he does acrobats, he does amazing things with things that just disappear into his hands and reappear later on and things like that. And he puts on a jolly good show, and then, after a while, he says, and now it's time for my wonderful sister. I know, you're all just here for her, and I'm just for sideshow, really, but she needs a bit of a rest from time to time. But hey, she's rested, and she's ready again. Put your hands together for the wonderful Dielza! And he backs up, and she strides forwards, takes the centre of the stage, and she begins to tell a little story about this beautiful song that's been in her tribe for many years, and she tells a little story about how the song came into creation and what it's related to and what it's about. And then she begins to sing, and she has the most beautiful singing voice either of you have heard in a remarkably long town, and many of the crowd are just totally awestruck and seem to lose sense of anything else whatsoever, and they're just totally focused on her. And Oleg goes around through the crowd with a cap out, collecting donations. And this song, actually, Cyrus, this song really brings back so many things about your own time among the Dalish elves. And it's just like being right back home. You might not recognize the exact song, but it is beautiful.
Yeah, I'm trying to place the song. That's why I'm sitting here listening to it, trying to go. Trying to think of the story that she dropped down about it and everything else.
Oh, that story does sound familiar.
Mm-hmm.
It's something to do with the rains. The rainy seasons. And when is a good time to sow seeds, and when's a good time to gather in the harvest and things like that.
Okay. This is back when we actually had. How the hell do they know something this old?
Oh, yeah, that is interesting, isn't it?
Could I just maybe circle around Jordan?
You could. Why don't you make me a stealth check with the perception focus? Oh, sorry, dexterity check with the stealth focus if you have it. Oh, this is going to be interesting.
No, it ain't.
Yeah, it is. You sidle round through the crowd, And you see Jornan wiping his fingers on his shirt front as he reaches for another pasty, salivating already. And then he does something truly unexpected. He pays for it, and as a total stranger walks past, he offers it to him. He says, "Here! Oh, you've got to try this. This is amazing. These are the best pies and pasties I've tasted in months. Oh!" And the stranger looks at him like, "What, for me? For free?" He's like, "Yeah, absolutely. Take it, take it." Oh, and then he turns back to the store to buy himself another one. He's clearly having a grand time, although he's also sweating a bit in the rain, which makes it hard to tell that he's sweating.
Oh, great. Gwen's gone.
We can wait for him to come back a moment. I did actually funnily say that when you did first encounter Jornan, it might be wise not to act immediately and wait for a slightly better opportunity.
So, in the meanwhile that all this has been going on, what has the rest of us been doing? Aside from myself, I said I was going to the
Well, we've had Haldir head off to get lodgings. Livia has gone to a refreshments tent to gain drinks.
Okay.
Hey Scott, you've been really quiet. What would Wichtred like to do?
Heard something about a blacksmith earlier.
Yeah, there is a blacksmith. He's got a blacksmith stall set up over here. He's got a few works on display. There's, pots and pans and farming implements, and even a few weapons that he's made up. He's a surly-looking individual with a sour-faced expression.
I'll go examine his wares, see what he's got.
Sure, we'll drag you over there. So he's got a few... there's pots and pans, spatulas, ladles, cooking knives, lots of knives, because you always need knives to cut vegetables or cut a thong if it's got tangled up in a knot that you can't undo, and things like that. There's a few nice spearheads, a few nice spears on display, some arrows, lots of arrowheads on display, just fanned out, beautifully arrayed, and even a few sort of woodsman's axes for, felling trees, and lighter axes for trimming off branches, even a few side axes, actually, which are not what you might think they are from the sound of it. The side axe has the blade offset to one side, so you can trim a log down into planks, because you're chopping on one side of the handle instead of the middle of the handle. It's a rather specialised tool. The blacksmith looks at you and sees you coming and says, "Ah! A fellow iron worker, eh? Can I interest you in some of my wares?"
Let's see how well you do on your wares, shall we?
Of course, of course. He glares at the old man with the walking stick who's hovering nearby. And says, "I see that old Milo there. Thinks he runs this town. You wanna be careful. Careful around him." You peruse his wares, and there's actually a rather finely crafted short sword. It's really well balanced, and he's put a lot of work into decorating it and making it look like a masterpiece. It's probably the best thing he's got on his entire stall.
You've done well on this one.
Did I? I was truly inspired at the time. Didn't have a lot of other jobs on, so I could do something I really fancied.
Show promise. And that's
Aye.
saying something, considering out of character. Is he a dwarf?
No, he's about 5'11".
Alright.
And I got this
Yeah.
little portrait over here of him. Man, I made this campaign file how many years ago? I knocked up all these NPC portraits from... it's mostly Game of Thrones fan art, actually, from a guy who just did portraits of, like, virtually every character in the novels. And then a few of his paintings got actually used by Green Ronin when they did the Song of Ice and Fire role-playing game. In some of the initial editions, they used some of his art, and I'm like, oh, okay, so maybe they commissioned him for some of these pictures, and then he did some more, you know. But yeah.
Talented.
Mm.
So, this,
Russian chap.
you did pretty good for not being a dwarf. I say it in a joking tone.
He kind of scoffs, but you can tell he's not offended. But he
Can I
seems
remember
somewhat preoccupied.
Can I remember anyone in the party who used short swords?
I think
I go.
Cyrus and Fowlerin might.
And this is a very good quality short
Very
sword.
well made indeed. Actually, you know what? This is made of grey iron, which is a special material that is...
Oh my god.
Yeah. Which means I'm actually going to have to go look up the grey iron prices now.
Ugh.
Thinking about buying it, but I don't know if I got enough.
Oh, really? Well, let me see. It's a special piece. I'd have to ask a high price for that. He ponders for a few moments while the GM realises that the PDF with the grey iron prices in does not have bookmarks. Okay, found it. Right. Right. What is it? L. I'd say a blade like that be about 21 silver.
Let's see here.
And while you're checking, just remember that it is, in case you have one, 100 silver to the gold.
I have 100 copper, 12 silver, no gold.
Oh, okay, so you don't have enough on you, sadly.
I do not have that kind of currency on me at the moment, but I know of a friend who might be interested in it. I will go find them and inform them of the fine craftsmanship you have here.
He says, take your time. The longer you don't buy it, the longer it stays on my stall and attracts viewers. You take care now, little one. You can tell he's getting you back for saying he wasn't a bad smith for a human.
I'll walk off to go look for the two that I think use short swords.
Alright. Glenn, are you back?
Mm-hmm.
So, you see Fowlerin sneaking up towards Jornan, circling around behind him, and as Fowlerin gets close, Jornan purchases a new pasty from the stall and invites a passing stranger to just try it. And he's like, "Oh yeah, have this. This will be great. It's gorgeous. Look, just take it, man. It's great." And then he buys another one for himself. He is clearly having the time of his life.
Interesting.
And I screw up my face in disgust. Move on.
As you do move on, something catches at your elbow. Turning, you see an old woman, very old, and she hisses at you.
Huh?
"Not now, child. There will be a time soon. Do not fear." And she turns and hobbles away again, and you're like, what on earth was she talking about? Yeah, this was actually his Elena Tyrrell portrait. Yeah. I'm remembering which ones were which now. I mean, this was the Red Woman. These were like the princes and princesses. I think that was Marcella. Yeah, I've got a few others knocked in here as well from other sources, but yeah, they were good for villagers, you know. Right. So, Evan, you've been around trying to find accommodation.
Mm-hmm.
It's been a bit difficult because, you know, many of the inns are full, and there aren't really. There's like one inn in the entire village, and it's not that big. But you know, people have offered to put you up in some of their houses. They'll be, you know, they'll cram in and make space.
I'll tell them that there are a total of 5 of us in our association.
Oh, that'll have to be split over about 3 different houses.
That's 1 dwarf, 1 human, female, 2 male elves, 1 Dalish, 1 not, and myself.
All right. So obviously they'll want the 2 women in one house together, and then the 3 men. Well, the dwarf will go in a house that has a lot of children, and just enough space for a small person, but not a big person.
I'll tell
and
them
then the other 2 fellows go in a third house.
I'll tell them that the elf who's not Dalish, it's actually I would prefer if they could be in the same house as myself.
But, oh no, that just wouldn't be proper. No.
Oh, okay.
You don't have men and women sleeping together who ain't married. It's not right.
No. Oh no. We're not, you know, married yet, and we're not sleeping together.
Well, then you definitely don't get to sleep together.
But he does. He is trying to, or I'm trying to get him to court me. So you know.
You what?
to court me, to see me on a regular basis.
Right. Just checking. Why are you telling this to a total stranger?
Is he drunk?
Because I have his suit, his formal suit, in my suitcase. He tried to throw it away.
What's a suitcase? We don't have these fancy Orlesian things down here. Is that an Orlesian thing, love? Right, sounds like an Orlesian thing to me.
My travel
What's
pack.
a suitcase?
My traveling pack.
Ah, right, so you got this suit. What's a suit? It's like a set of clothes, love. Right, a set of clothes. You got this. So hang on. You
want to see them?
The woman smacks you. She starts beating you round the head and shoulders. She's like, "You great big filthy woolly-headed nitwit! How can you let some fellow walk around stark naked in the rain outside while you've got his clothes in a bag? What are you, a thief?" And her husband starts trying to pull her off you. And it's like, "Come on, love, come on! It can't be his only clothes."
No, he's out enjoying the festival, and he's in his travel gear, and I've got his formal gear.
The husband eventually manages to get his wife to calm down, and he says, we don't do formal here. That's a fancy posh word, that is. What does it mean, anyway?
Ball gown and ball suit clothes thing. Can I just show you?
No, put it away. We don't want to see your fancy foreign clothes.
Well, I'd like to go to whatever room you're going to let me stay in and change clothes into my... I need to change clothes out of this armor.
Urfa, show our guest here to their spare room. And the sulky 14-year-old daughter comes out and kind of murmurs, "What's this way?" Just kind of sulks out of the room, and you presume you're supposed to follow.
Okay.
Lanky, gawky thing that she is.
Why are you so glum?
She just goes,
don't you have a man
and ignores you.
After you?
Man, she's 14.
I don't know. It's medieval era.
Yeah.
That was common.
She's not like 18 or 19 or something. Yeah. So she clearly doesn't want to talk about it, and shows you to spare room. Opens the door and just gestures in and goes, and just
Thank
walks
you.
off.
I'll go in and get changed.
Mm-hmm.
And then I will carry out the part that I don't want to roleplay out loud that I sent you privately.
Oh, for God's sake, don't do this because Skype is evil now.
You can look at it and
Wait.
Okay, call it about 4 silver.
thank you.
All right.
And what do I owe these fine people for staying in their home?
Oh, nothing. They're just they're putting you up because the inn's overfull.
Okay. Well, then I will say here. I will hand them a silver and say, at least get yourself something nice tonight.
Ooh, a whole silver. Wow.
I assume that's a lot for common.
And the husband shoots his wife a look and says, "There, dear, now aren't you sorry for smacking the nice guest?" And he says, "Well, I suppose. I'm sorry about that. But you
It's
want to be more
okay,
careful with your words."
Sorry, I'm from the big city.
What?
Well, no, wait, hold on. Hold on, if I can.
Uh-huh.
Sorry, ma'am. I'm from the big city. I'm yeah. Thank you.
Hold on. I
don't-
believe you are overcome with... Oh, it's a petition. I thought you were overcome with joy about... Oh,
Oh,
do
no,
not!
no.
A petition to
You-
not do it.
No, I
Wow.
sent you that link because I saw that earlier. I was like, freaking people are idiots.
Have you
But
seen... Clearly this was written by a console peasant. PC gamers are a bunch of elitist douchebags. They don't deserve this PS4 exclusive. If they want to play Bloodborne,
Fucking-
they should buy a
yeah.
PS4 like gentlemen. Fuck off.
I will wrap
Oh.
Falren's formal wear into a into my travel pack and bring it with me.
Oh,
Oh, you should look
I'm
at the
sure...
comment later.
As
Overwhelming victory, bitch.
I see the console peasants, all 2 console peasants, who were willing to comment, are overjoyed that a console exclusive that was designed for consoles will not be released to the PC. It's a message from Software. They should not be allowed to call their fucking company From, because every time something is from them, it's
Look,
from
not
From.
It's not From's fault. It's not From Software's fault. It's Sony's
From.
fault, okay?
Yeah.
Because they
I
own the
will-
title.
Yeah.
I will now
Well,
seek out my associates.
It's the whole thing with those, those Japanese console developers who believe there is no PC market, and yeah, I know. And for those of you viewers who might remember, all the old characters from previous wonderful adventures in Dragon Age are here, hiding invisible. I just go viewers, player. They're all gone now, but they're still there. Still there.
I will
Right.
seek out my traveling associates.
So this would be like, I mean, let's be honest here, right? About the only thing that would ever make me consider getting a console controller for my PC would be if Until Dawn came to the PC, because I really don't think all of those you must hold the controller completely still moments. It's like, what do I do? Just not touch the keyboard, you know?
Well, we can discuss that later.
Yeah,
I was gonna say you can look at that link later, but you saw it anyway.
that's okay. It's... Oh, you know what? What's his name on YouTube? Top Hats and Champagne. He likes to have a go at console peasants every once in a while. We should send him a link to it so that he can be outraged at the ridiculous petition for people who only want the computer game to be available on inferior software.
Don't do that. Anyway.
Right, so when I was originally thinking you were laughing about the horrendous things that were happening with Haldir and the little peasant family, and And you did laugh, so let's come back to you. What's Valron doing now after moving away from Jornan and the old lady?
Honestly, just downright glum because, oh, he was so close, yet so far. I know. I swear to God, I only just came up with that.
And as you stand there smouldering, you do not initially observe Haldir returning from the village
Hair's put
towards the
up all
festival
nice.
ground.
Oh shit! Oh shit! Oh shit!
In her formal clothes,
Oh shit!
And
carrying her travel pack.
Stinky, with some kind of smell that ain't natural or normal.
I thought it was a nice perfume.
It's not natural, as in it's not your natural scent. It's not normal because it's not
Okay.
the way you normally smell. I don't know how it smelled. I'll let you both make some kind of decision on that. But yes, there is
I was
an
thinking
unusual
lavender,
scent in the air.
jasmine.
Yeah, that works.
Yeah, not like completely doused in it, but you know, just behind the ears and in the cleavage a little bit.
Right.
Not used to this. Not used to this.
Classy.
Never wanted
Yeah.
to be so
Dead classy
before.
there, just like the hooker in the latest South Park computer game.
No.
It's like it's classy, with a little dick that hangs off the sea and fucks the hell out of the ASS.
Oh, come
It's like,
on.
what? And you're just like, how the fuck does that even work?
I mean, granted, I do have a
What happened to-
communication of Meg 1.
What happened to Fallon?
Falron
He
kind
was
of...
right here.
Yeah.
and Now all of a
He-
sudden,
He was
he moved
smoldering
away.
a minute ago. Now he's like emitting help signals.
Yeah.
I'm going to Livia first since I seem to be next to his token.
Oh, I was just going to do some dragging, but sure.
Yeah, probably a tie-dye, Steve, for change.
Olivia can be near in a refreshments tent. That works.
Uh,
I saw that movement.
Livia.
Hold
I
it,
have-
Cass.
Okay.
What Falron basically did just then is basically what Wynne did when she saw her father coming with Sir Richter. As you move away, you do see Wynne dancing energetically with this fat-faced little boy, and she's really giving it all she's got and just having a great time. And the boy's he's like 8 or 9 years old, and he's just dancing around having fun, you know.
Livia,
In
it's
the
good
mud
to find you.
and the rain.
The
It's still
Yeah,
raining, by the way. Don't forget the rain.
Yeah. The inn is over full, and I've secured you lodgings at these people's home. From the inn, or from the inn, it is this block, this road. You know, give the directions,
Okay.
and you'll be staying there tonight.
Okay, thank you. They have something drinkable?
Have you seen Wittred? Oh, they're not charging us anything, so be sure to tip them at least something.
Of course. Yes. They're giving this drink
I
away?
wouldn't. Don't give them more than a silver. That's probably too much.
Yeah, probably is. This drink here it's possible. No idea what it is, but it's got strange aftertaste.
Oh no. It's okay right now. I'm gonna find a Falloran first, but I got to go to the others and make sure they know where their lodging is.
Okay. Well, I'll be here, standing out to keep out of the rain.
Okay.
It's just dumping so much in your clothes. It's really I hate it. And it gets in your hair and everything.
Okay. And I'll. Did you see where Wittred went?
No idea. Just coming out of the rain.
Oh.
Then they weren't there. So
Standing there out of the rain for a moment, I'll take a bit to look around and see if I can find Wittred before I walk off.
Actually, that's a good point because I'm pretty sure walking and dancing and very speedily running through the rain, and both Cyrus and I should be drenched. We haven't even sought cover much.
I have a travel cloak that has a hood, thank you.
Well, then, okay, I'm absolutely good.
Same.
Yeah.
I also have a hood.
I've got
and-
I've got big coat. It's called the tenter for my head.
I'm just kind of watching this. I'm just kind of watching the strategic retreat,
Mm.
and just going, "Oh, my work is yet to be done."
And as your eyes trail up from where he's retreating from, it's like you can probably surmise that little traveling pack I'm carrying has got Valrin's formal wear in it.
I'm just like, "Wow, look at this."
Uh-huh.
I wonder how he's gonna react when he finds out he was on the dance floor with somebody else. Oh, this is too much fun for me.
I should have to
How
remember.
she's going to react when he was on the dance floor with someone else?
Yes.
I should have to learn that little spell that keeps the rain off your head. It's so annoying.
I will
Peasant
talk
thing.
about that. These locals, yokels.
I'm just kind of standing here watching him going, I need to talk to this singer. I need to find out what other tales she knows and other information she has.
I was about to say peasants, but I correct myself. Oh, common folk, of course.
Oh, there's Woodred.
1 moment, please. I'm just checking a few... Oh! A few details, like how badly I need the toilet right now.
Suggesting that first.
Yeah,
for you.
I'll go
God,
deal with
you
that
got
then.
beforehand.
I can't find the other... I did. It's been a while, okay? Call's been going, what? Like a few hours now. Right, so I'm going to toddle off,
Not
grab a
quite.
drink to keep my throat fresh, and go to the bog. Back soon, guys. I hope you've all been enjoying the fairgrounds so far. Sounds like a new dance is starting up, and the villagers are all gathering together. This is like it's kind of like a barn dance, one with lines and forms. Looks like they're going to be stripping the willow pretty soon. Wait. Paul, do you want to explain to them what stripping the willow is or not?
No idea, but he talked about drinks. I think I
I'll
need
just
to
look it
myself.
up.
It's
real
a traditional English folk dance.
Just real quick, Raph, since
Yeah.
the music is pretty much similar to some of the Dalish I know, I rolled my communications for my flute playing
Oh, nice.
to just play along and add a flute to a typical Dalish flute to her singing.
Oh, there's a video.
She notices. Yeah, you just go watch that, and it shouldn't be too long. It's many English
The
folk
original
dances.
rave dance.
Yep. Many British folk dances include stripping the willow. It's like one of the most common dance moves. Well, it's like it all just peels round from the top to the bottom, and yeah. Back soon.
Very similar to the do-si-do.
What I wouldn't give.
Do you hate my character yet?
Valrin is unnerved. Oh shit! Wait, no, that's.
I mean, that's not what I'm striving for, but that seems to be where it's going.
That's a pig. No, that's weird. Ugh. I shouldn't be laughing at that one. That's-
Hey, does anyone know what that gray metal he was talking about does?
Nah.
It's I'm not sure in the role playing game, but it's sorry, hold on. It's got some very special properties, which is I think it was effective against not that's silverite. I think it was effective against undead, or maybe that wasn't undead. Can't remember. But gray iron. Did you say gray iron? It was gray iron.
might be why I was having problems finding it.
What was the name of the metal again?
Grey irons, they're effective against darkspawn, I believe.
Grey iron.
Right, I'm back.
Welcome back.
So now that you've had a little while to chat among yourselves and enjoy the local festival atmosphere, did Witchred want to have a little chat with Livia or Haldir or what there? Just checking I haven't missed anything, you know.
You've not missed anything.
Oh yeah. Well, hey, Aldir. Have you seen Ferelden or Cyrus?
No, but it's on my list of things to look for.
I found this very nice horse.
I secured lodgings for you.
Ah, that's good.
We're not staying at the inn though. We're all staying at different houses. Some of the locals are going to give us a place to stay for the night.
There's a pile of logs again, right?
No, it's in someone's house. It's just you'll have to go to these directions, and I give you the directions.
Oh yeah, that's exactly what I was talking about. There's a pile of logs. Can you use proper stone?
Well, you get what the town has available, unless you want to sleep out in the rain.
Anyway, I found this very nice looking short sword. I'm looking for them to let them know about. I did not have the money to cover it at the moment.
Well, I don't either, but because I only have 6 silver left and a bunch of copper. I say that kind of low when I say it to him, but I don't want the whole neighborhood to know how much money I've got on me. Well, if you see the two of them, point them in my direction, and if I see them, I'll point them in your direction.
Oh, sounds good. How about I go this way, you go that way, and hopefully one of us finds them.
All right. And since the dance is beginning,
And I'll be in
my way
Scotland
to the
before-
dance floor.
Okay. All right, you amble on out into the dance
I have
floor.
a decent dex.
You know, a tubby fellow stops dancing with a dark-skinned Ravani woman and heads your way, mopping his forehead and asks if you'd like to dance.
Certainly.
And he's like, "Would you like to dance, pretty lady?"
I'd be honored.
There's, you know, it wasn't. You can't tell if he was wiping away sweat or rain from his forehead that was in danger of dripping into his eyes. Due to his weight, you suspect it might be sweat, but it's kind of hard to tell with the constant drizzle. But people are really cheery in spite of the rain. You know, they've clearly been saving up and anticipating this festival for a jolly long time, and they're damned if they're going to let a little bit of bad weather spoil it for them.
Mm-hmm. I do have a hood with my outfit, a cloak or whatever, and I will use that to help keep the rain off of me. But otherwise, I will hope that Ferelden is looking on somewhere, so I can try and make him jealous.
Well, you can try.
But this could be him on the dance floor with me.
And the funny thing is, a few minutes ago it was.
But I don't know that.
I know you don't.
So there's my dex test, just in case.
That's fine.
It is raining.
As you dance, you notice that this young lass here is quite a talented dancer, and the other dancers are all paying her compliments and watching her and cheering her on.
Ooh. I will. If the dance takes me past her, or dancing with her, or whatever, I won't turn down the dance.
Okay. Right. Well, after a little while, you hear loud bellows, like, "All right, come on, everybody! It's time for the big speech. Come on, all of you, into the big tent. Sheriff Milo's gonna give a big, grand old speech. You all know what it's about." There's a tall man who's got a very loud voice, just bellowing out to everyone, getting their attention, and people start heading into a large tent, all gathering together for the big speech.
Okay.
In that tent, there are benches and trestle tables, and there's food on the tables and drinks on the tables and people sitting around them. There's a slight low wooden stage along the back edge of the tent, and old Sheriff Milo here, he gets up on that stage to start giving his speech. All right?
Oh, there you are, Fallen, and go sit next to him.
Let me just
Or try to.
get this right. So, he clambers up onto the stage, shakes some of the rain off him a little bit, and raises his mug as if to give a toast.
Mm-hmm.
And he opens his mouth, but he pauses at the sound of dogs barking in the distance. And a few people kind of cheer in the same way in a restaurant. Like, if someone, knocks over a load of plates and smashes stuff, and everyone just is like, "Hey!" And he just kind of shrugs it off and has a little laugh. Has a quick sip from his mug, raises it again, and says, "All right, you people. You all know why you're here. This is our groundbreaking festival. And you begin to hear a bit of a commotion in the background. You're not quite sure what it is. There's clearly some people outside the tent having a bit of a barney or something. It says, "Well, soon we're going to be planting our crops," and then you hear screams coming from outside.
All right, rushing out.
Anyone? Hold it. Anyone want to make a perception check?
Oh, cool.
I look at Fowler and I go, "Well, I guess you're not going to be wearing your suit."
I never went inside. I was still out there with the holla. So what the hell is going on?
Oh, you'll find out soon.
That suit will be the last thing on my mind right now.
All
The other
right.
statement I have for Fowler is,
Cyrus,
Oh.
my weapon with me.
Glenn, you don't need to roll. You're going to be in a rather interesting predicament rather soon. Fowler, you hear screams of "Ragers! Ragers!" No, sorry. What am I? No. Yeah. "Stalkers! They're here! Ah!" However,
Great.
I believe Fowler was legging it outside, so let's put you, over here. As a show that you're off, way off on your outside somewhere. Those of you who are inside can all come cluster up here with the crowd. Go on, make yourself cozy. We'll put old Stoyanka in there. Olivia can be in there. Patrick can be in there somewhere. Who else are we missing?
I had to unequip my armor.
Ah, there you go. Yeah, that works. Right. So, as the commotion rises, a knife blade cuts into the back of the tent and cuts down. And stepping through is a large fellow
Okay.
with swarthy skin, who looks very, very ferocious and very angry, dark hair, and he has a slight yellowish tinge to his skin, to his dark skin, but looks unnatural, and bulging veins and muscles. And he steps through and raises an axe to menace the old sheriff.
Where? Which figure?
Yeah, I made him visible.
Mm-hmm.
Wynn,
Oh, okay.
Wynn rushes forwards to grab his arm, and she yells, "You don't touch my father!" And the man just turns and slices her across the arm with his knife. You know, turning and slices in one motion, just like that. And she cries out in pain and falls to the ground, clutching at her arm. And she actually begins to go into spasms. The crowd begin to scream, and Sheriff Milo backs away. Clutches over his daughter defensively, as the man stands there and shakes himself and roars. And two more force their way through the hole in the back of the tent.
I like your brothers, guys.
Right, Falron. You get
Yes.
outside the tent and see the place is in chaos. One moment, please. Let me just make sure all of these are visible. Hey, Glenn,
Yeah.
you're going to have a fun time in a moment.
Yeah.
So you're outside. Guess what? The entire place is under attack. Two of these... Let me just make sure I've got all this correct. Right. Go off to the side. Dielza has been wounded in the leg, and she's crawling back towards the Aravel. Oleg is wielding a kitchen knife against two or three of these buggers, trying to keep them at bay. And you can tell that he's not trying to fight them so much as he's trying to protect his sister long enough for her to maybe get to safety.
Great.
Furthermore, there is something else. Jornan is on top of his cart, clutching a mace, swinging, "Get away from me, you scum!" as one of these psychopathic nutjobs is trying to tip up the cart and push him off it. He swings the mace, crashing down at the man's knuckles, but then loses his balance and falls off the cart to land out of sight behind it. And you're not sure what's going on there, but it looks like the berserker is going to rush around behind the cart and get him.
Oh,
Isn't that a shame?
heartbroken.
I'm so sure that Falron or Cyrus would like to do absolutely nothing to save Jornan from his current predicament.
I'm kind of in my own predicament.
So people can roll initiative now, and it'll be fun, super violent time. And Evan's AFK, that's fine. Important note
Where the
for
hell is
people.
Initiative.
Important note for people. See this one here? He's the initiative placeholder. Okay? So I will roll for him, but then I'll make him invisible again. Oh, bloody hell, they are fast. These men are dressed in hides and leathers. They've got heavy tans. They look like chastened from out of the swamps to the south, to be honest.
How come I can't find my initiative?
Bottom of the character sheet, the little egg timer button.
Ah, there we go. There we go. It's all the way at the bottom. That's right.
Oleg has already suffered a number of wounds trying to defend his sister, but he's, she's wounded and crawling to safety. He's just trying to fend them off, and he's losing strength.
Yeah, I didn't even see these guys sneak out.
They came bursting in rather rapidly. They came rushing in, savage and ferocious, axes and daggers and salivating and roaring and hacking and stabbing and biting people. It's all disgusting and just a really sudden attack. 1, 2, 3. We're missing
Me.
and Wittred is on there. So we're missing you and Falron.
I already rolled.
Oh, he's got
She might have got rolled over.
Yeah,
but
I'm
she
just
rolled a-
I'm just scrolling up now to find it. You
There's
did
mine.
indeed. You were not added. I'll go correct that.
Did I roll the wrong button?
Dana, not now. No Dark Souls now, okay?
all the way at the bottom having the egg timer.
Tell you what.
Okay.
Is now a good time for a cliffhanger, and we'll pick it up next time, or is it no? I think this is like one of the worst times for a cliffhanger. This is a big dramatic burst of action. And
Ignore my sister, okay? She's just being annoying.
she's being a sister. It happens. Right.
My sister obsessed with watching people play Dark Souls.
Tell her to watch Susie Lou or Day 9. They do good Dark Souls content. They're good entertainers. Susie Lou's more recent Dark Souls stuff, not her original Dark Souls 3 stuff,
Cool.
when she
So
was
I'm
still
back in the
learning.
initiative window, right?
You are, and you're at the top of the initiative, and it is even your turn.
Oh, great.
You see these three scumbags attacking the clown, and his sister is crawling for safety in the Aravel. Cyrus is standing near them, doing his best to try and keep them occupied as well. He's like, one of them's kind of starting to go for him, but they can see the blood on these two, and they're clearly more attracted to them. Right, your turn. This is relative at the moment. This lot is all inside the big tent, and this is all outside the big tent. But the distance between the two is relative.
Am I too far from the ones down there attacking number 4, for example? Am I too far? Or
How far is too far? Given that you're like, let's see.
Well, the first thing I'm gonna do is shoot up at one.
1 moment.
Long range.
Oh God, 5. That's bad. Hang on.
What the heck happened there?
I was checking something. Okay, so no, you're about 32 feet away, apparently. So that's like 10 yards. That's within walking distance. so
Did
you're
you make the
disturbing
map
speed.
invisible or something, Raph?
No,
We all just got moved to the NPC storage.
Please come back. I clicked edit map to check what scale the distance on the map was, and then I clicked cancel afterwards, and it booted you all off to another map. I do apologise.
Okay.
View. No, it's a tool, isn't it? Certain players on current map.
Well, we're all in the grasslands, so I'm
There you
there.
go.
Nice hit.
Wow, that is a nice shot. Yep. Would you like to roll me some damage? Okay. The arrow funks into him, and he... Yeah, and he kind of turns with the impact of it, rather than to see who shot him. Good shot. You going to reload, or move, or what?
I am going to reload.
As the arrow funks into the man and sinks deep into his shoulder, you note to yourself that, yeah, that therapeutic archery session earlier seems to have really helped with your aim today.
Let's see, that keeps going, that is.
And now it's their turn. This one's going to attack Oleg. He's just going to go for him with his axe. The other one comes in, ganging up, axe at the ready. Oh! And poor Oleg is struck hard and gasps as the axe goes into his ribs on the side. This third one here will... You know what? He's gnashing his teeth, and he sees Cyrus, and he just swings for him with the axe. You see for a moment as his eyes just focus on you as if they were bleary and out of focus, and he's like, "Nyah! Ah! Ah!"
That's gonna hurt.
It's gonna really hurt. Oh my god, I'm so sorry.
Oh well, it happens.
I need to... Right. So he actually, before he attacks you, he slices the palm. He slices his own arm with the dagger, and licks the blood, and squeezes the blood out over the axe blade, and then slices at you with the weapon. There's a sickly stench coming from this fellow, and you notice that his blood looks an unusual colour in this light. It could be the overcast weather. It could be the it could be anything. But it really hurts. Oh my god, that hurts.
Fuck.
It's going to hurt even more in a moment. Could you make me a constitution check, please, with a very high target difficulty? I'm going to actually have to check that one, okay? Because that was a good roll. Ooh. Come on, where is it? Where is it now? I'll tell you something. Okay. Okay, that's all I needed to know. Right. Alright, now in here we have these ones up on the stage. They advance around Sheriff Milo and his daughter, and they're laughing and slavering at the lips and salivating. They look very dangerous, and poor Milo and Wanda. Actually, you know what? This one rushes into the crowd to attack people, and so does this one. And this one up on the stage just stands there and threatens them both, and he's like, "Ah! Ah!" People in the tent begin screaming and running and getting up, and this little snobby boy is like, "No, don't let him hurt me!" And this awkward one is just kind of sitting there holding his little broken bird doll thing, going, "Ooh." Dielza crawls further to the Aravel. Haldir, it's your turn. You're inside the tent. There's one of these psychos, two of these psychos in the crowd near you. What do you want to do?
Yeah, I'm gonna step in to protect the boy,
All right.
and I'm going to brawl this guy.
Okay.
I don't want to. I'm unarmored. I'm unarmed. But
Mm-hmm.
I'll do what I gotta do. And I have no arcane implements with which to blast people because
Yeah.
That's okay.
I got rid of them. Oh, what is the number for this guy in front of me?
Number 3.
Thank you.
Mm-hmm.
I have no penalties this time. Wonderful. You leave that boy alone. How dare you? That's so unbecoming of a thug.
You try to grab him and you just can't quite get a grip.
Oh, I wasn't trying to grab him. I was trying to haul off and punch him.
Okay, you swing for him just as he snarls and lowers his head to threaten the child, and you just miss him by a hair's breadth. But you certainly got his attention now. Okay, Oleg, knife in hand, staggers back after making an attack. Oh, yeah. There's a lot of enemies here at the moment, by the way. You know. Ugh. And he backs up defensively towards his sister. Livia.
How close is this one, number 3, to the edge of the tent, please?
Right, so back edge of the tent is around here, the sides are... Remember, this is not to scale and relative to the stuff outside, so you've got quite a crowd in here. He's got off the stage, he's heading towards the crowd, he's not that close to the edge of the tent.
Yeah, number 3, I'm flame blasting without catching a place on fire, is that it?
Yeah, you might singe the edge of the stage a bit if you don't aim it carefully, but yeah.
Yeah, I aim it carefully, and first of all, get off these people, you bloody peasants! And then he's looking like a true Vintage woman would do. Say, and flame blast. So first I was flame blast. 2 mana or 1 mana?
I don't know. It should be on your character sheet.
I'm looking at it now. 3 mana.
Okay.
Check number 12. So first of all,
Yeah,
mana.
3.
Yeah. First of all, mana cost 3. Spend mana.
Just making sure. Yep. Okay.
Yeah. Magic test.
Yep.
Primal. So I get bonus to this, don't I?
Do you have primal focus?
Yes, I do.
Sure. Just no, you don't. Yes, you do. Just click the primal instead of the 4 then.
Yes. Magic roll. No bonuses, just say primal, isn't it? Yes.
Mm-hmm.
Or does it? So does it work? Yes.
Oh
it
God,
does.
yes. And what's
6
the resistance roll?
Well, I have to put it up first of all.
Probably dexterity, but it might not be.
Yeah, I think it is dexterity. Sexual dexterity acrobatics.
Yeah, he ain't gonna do it. Right, carry on. Do your damage.
Actually, I got 6 sense points.
Oh, really? Do your damage then?
Yeah, so 6 sense points. So,
Remember, spell stunts, not normal stunts.
Exactly. The spell costs 1 less for starters, and it costs me get 1 point back.
Mm-hmm.
Costs me 2 points. That is mighty spell that makes 4. It gets an extra d6 damage.
Okay. So, while he's calculating this, people, just for the record, who here was not expecting chasing berserkers to come and attack the town in the middle of the celebration?
Well, something was going to happen, just didn't expect chastened exactly.
You're right on the edge of the Korkari Wilds.
That's, yeah.
Why would you
when
not
it occurred to me,
yeah.
oh crap, they're practically bordering them.
Quick question, Raph.
Yeah.
Chris's spell power. What does the spell power do for you, please?
Spell power is what he'd be rolling against to resist. And you've rolled that
okay.
already, so don't worry about it too much.
Yeah. Can you use skillful casting more than once or just once?
There's only 1 spell stunt. I think you can do more than once. Hang on.
Okay. Yeah, exactly. Skillful casting, and I'll do mighty spell, and that's it then.
Okay.
Yeah. Okay.
Puissant casting would be the one you could go up to 3.
Yeah. Exactly.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, but that's the one that
So
says.
do your extra damage and burn him a lot.
Yes. Let me see now. Where is the damage for this? Look at flame blast. 3d6 plus 1.
Is that including the extra d6 you piled in there or not?
Yes, it is.
Okay.
So where do I type this in?
Just do it as a regular dice roll.
3d6 plus
Or
1.
you could go to the bottom of your character sheet and use the dice roller. Yeah, that works. 10. Okay.
10 fire damage.
Yep. He writhes and smoulders in the flame, his flesh sizzling, and you smell the foul stench coming from him from his jaundiced flesh as the fire licks at his limbs. Cyrus, your turn. Ideally, I would not be rolling 2 combats simultaneously here, but I am, because you were outside.
Okay, this guy is what, 3 away from me?
Yeah, about that.
Number 4.
Bearing in mind you've got a 6-foot combat reach. So yeah.
I just need him to be far enough away that I can do this.
Oh! Right, yes, just about. And he does not see you coming. He was clearly focused on Oleg and going after him, and you just like dash over and like, I'll have you. Get in there, mess him up.
And shit, what number is he again? That is
Evan, I
number
will share
4.
something with you after the session, which you might appreciate as a GM,
Okay.
but not
And
now.
what do I get as a bonus for that with sneak?
+2 to hit, an extra d6 damage for the sneak attack.
+2 to hit, miscellaneous. There we go.
Yep. Get in. Get it.
And I fucking still miss.
That is amazing, given that
How the heck did he hit with an 11 and I miss with a...
his defense is 13.
Okay.
Well, you
but-
tried. Good.
But Cyrus has
Wittred.
12 defense, so how did he hit with an 11?
Um,
That's why he's asking.
No. It was something else I saw.
Okay.
The guy
it was
with the knife
his.
must
It was
be
his
better than
perception
I-
test to contrast with your stealth check to get there for sneak attack.
Never mind.
Wittred, there's this man right next to you. He smells really bad. His skin's jaundiced, and I can't. There we go. He's got an axe and a dagger, and he looks really menacing and dangerous. And there's this grubby-faced little girl who's kind of shrinking back. And this fat man's kind of getting up out of his seat, like halfway out of his seat. What do you want to do?
Well, I say what I just posted into the chat.
Oh!
And then I swing my hammer.
Go on. Say that for the audience.
Kindly agree to die by nodding your head in onto this maul.
Oh, wow. That's. I take it you're gonna be aiming for a +1 to hit bonus for that. Just.
Yeah. Would you tell me which one that guy is? Because I got the thing up.
1. Yeah, it is awkward having the attack window up, isn't it? You know what? There's a couple of other games I really wish had a map tools framework at the moment, but don't have one yet.
Ooh, a hit. And I
Like
think we
Fragged
get 2
Empire.
points as
Well-
done.
Fragged Eternum. That is, 2 stump points. Mash him up. Also, 200
I'm
weapon
going
style,
to-
you can knock him about a bit if you want as well.
I'm gonna knock you prone.
Okay, you're going to knock him down.
And damage. 1.
Oh wow, you walloped him good. The hammer, the two-handed hammer, just impacts into his chest and powers on through, bearing him down to the ground. And he's there writhing, struggling against the weight of it, snarling at you. Right. New round. Foul run. Looks like Cyrus is having a bit of a tough time there.
30 feet away, right?
Which one? What? I'm going to need to change the scale on this map between sessions, but for now it's good. Sorry, I didn't quite hear you.
No, it's fine.
Well, it's not fine. It's your turn. Okay. Nice. I'm trying to work out who the target was. 4.
Chase and Ranger
Got it.
4.
Yep, okay. So you advance up and shoot right into him. Do some damage. Technically I'd give you the -2 for firing into combat, but that would still hit his defense of 13. So, Cyrus, just as if you're feeling as if you're all done for, an arrow funks into the chap in front of you. And he reels from the impact. But he doesn't react like a normal person would if they got hit. It's like his body is reacting to the physical impact of the blow, but he's not reacting to the pain or the suffering or the, hey, I really didn't want to get hit then. It's almost as if he just doesn't care.
Mm-hmm.
And then, turning on you, with his dagger, he slices at you. clearly he doesn't like people sneaking up on him and trying to hit. Well, he doesn't like people shooting him. You know. Like, ah! Oh my god, man. You might actually be making a new character soon. Shit, I hope not. Just a polite reminder to our players that NPCs and monsters don't always need to use all of their stunt points, and they do have favoured stunts. And you've taken a hell of a lot of damage already, so he's just slicing at you with his knife there. Oh my god, and it hurts like hell. This one goes rushing after Oleg to try and cut him down. Where are we? Here we go. Just, he roars in there with his axe, and the second one dashes in as well to attack at him. He's using his acrobatic skills to the best of his effect, but you can see that he's wounded and faltering. You don't know how much long he's going to hold out. Inside the tent. Hey, Evan! You attacked a man, didn't you?
Yep.
You can have a perception check with the smelling focus if you want it.
I do not have the smelling focus.
Okay.
I have no focuses in perception.
Okay. He smells. He attacks you.
Hit.
He hits. It hurts. Fucking hell. That hurt.
Yep. Put me to half.
Mm-hmm. Right. Wittred. The man you knocked down with your hammer stands up and slices you with his axe aggressively. Because he slams his knife into the table and uses it as a handhold to lever himself up, and then he just hacks down at you with the axe. And there are so many people here that I need to make sure I have the right one selected. The axe carves into you, but you've got your armour on, I hope. You might be able to take a blow. Damn it! So many targets on the list. There we go. Yes, you take most of it on the armour. No, it's alright. Most of the villagers are running away. I'll be able to take them off the target list soon. It's just that currently, the one who's on the stage leaps down to attack Livia, actually, because she started a fire. You see his eyes light up. You see the reflection of the fire in his eyes, and he goes, "Roar!" and stage dives at Livia. Wow. Chasing stage diving into the mosh pit. 4 stunt points. Oh my god. Oh hell, this is just going to be horrific. Right.
Mm-hmm.
Make me a constitution check, please. If you have the stamina focus, it will apply.
Okay, look at the sheet. It's there. Constitution, no.
Well, you still get to roll for it.
I don't know if there's a pass. We've got 6 sense points, so we did.
Not quite, I'm afraid.
What's the sense points give me for saving throws? Anything?
At the moment, they give you nothing. You'll find out about the roll later on.
Okay, I wasn't sure if it adds to my thing roll, something like that.
Well, I can let you know that dice roll was not high enough, so no stunt points, I'm afraid.
Okay.
But Dielza reaches back to the Aravel, and you can see she's scrabbling around trying to find something to bandage her leg. And she's calling out to Oleg, Oleg, come, leave him, just get back here. She sounds pretty distraught. Haldir, it's your turn. You tried to punch a man, he hit you with an axe. What do you want to do? Your blood is all over this fancy ball gown now. It's not in a very good state.
Move out the way! I shout to Haldir.
Oh, by the way, the little boy's run away now, so I'll just make him invisible
Okay, good.
and move him off to the side. I'm gonna make a few more people. Gonna hide a few more people. You know, just
See,
get a
what's
few
my
people
move?
to safety.
My speed is currently up to a 15 because I'm not wearing the armor.
Yep, it's insane.
She's called for me to move away, so is that
No, Evan,
that
15
okay.
yards is 45 feet. You can cover ridiculous ground. Essentially, remember that the distance is relative, so you can just... Essentially, this is inside the tent and outside the tent, and the distance between the two is not to scale. So you can basically get outside
go.
quite easily. So you dash outside the tent, and you see Cyrus facing another one of these savages. Two more threatening Oleg, the elf you never really got to see, a Dalish elf. And is another Dalish elven woman is in the Aravel, which is right. Oh wait, no, you have played the Dragon Age computer game. You do know what the Aravels are like. They're kind of like gypsy wagons, basically.
Mm-hmm. Basically, when I come out of the wagon,
Hold
I
on,
take a
hold on.
brief-
You played Dragon Age Origins.
Or not wagon.
You haven't. Right, hang on. You haven't read the necessarily read the lore descriptions. The Aravels, they're like gypsy caravans, but they have ship's sails on top, or some or
I've seen the
flags
picture
and
of
stuff.
it.
So yeah,
So when I come out of the tent, I take a brief look and
there
see
are many of
my
these men
associates.
attacking. You see one of them round behind a wagon, stabbing the shit out of some fat bastard who ate a lot of pies earlier.
Well, and unfortunately, Fat Bastard's probably going to die, but I'm more concerned about
Probably.
my friends getting assaulted.
Who would like the
So-
honour of dealing shit lots of damage to the fat bastard, Jornan?
I don't know. Can I attack the guy from here? I mean, or is that considered my full turn?
It's kind of most of your turn to get outside the tent because it's a whole big damn
Okay.
scene going on.
All right.
Oleg, knife in hand, slices at the one of these two fellows who seems even remotely injured. Right. Just, the knife cuts into him, nipping at his flesh. And he
Hopefully, I'm close
edges
enough
back
to aid,
again. Right. Livia, now
Yes?
that your ally is out of your way... Oh, also, so Richter is... He was at the back of the tent in the crowd to listen to the speech. He's outside now. Oh, speaking of which, you remember the 3 soldiers on the edge?
Mhm.
And I said that there were 6 soldiers, but there were only 3 tokens visible for some reason. You can see the berserkers hacking apart at the soldiers, fighting them. And you see one of the 6 soldiers has fallen, and blood's just seeping out of his body.
Do you get tax opportunity because it's spells next to these guys?
Nope.
Well, again. Okay. 3 by 3 square. I'm going to do a magic cost first, which is 4. My associate
Okay.
showed me the spell.
While you're doing that, hey, Cyrus, one of the soldiers comes charging out of the crowd and slices at the rager in front of you, sword raised. He's like, "Oh no, you don't!"
Okay. There's a save against this, I'm sure.
Now we encounter a particular problem because of this framework that kills the tokens when they die. Because the dead man does not fall, he stands and carries on fighting. He's just been, skewered through the heart, and he's still standing up fighting. Which means I have to do complicated stuff. Right, carry on. What were you saying, Paul?
I've cast
Yep.
the shot spell. It passed. The shot
Ooh.
spell worked. Now to save.
You're getting these 2, yeah?
Yes.
Alright.
Successful Constitution stamina versus my spell power.
Alright.
My spell power is. What do you know what my spell power is?
It is what you rolled to cast a spell in the first place, which was an 18.
Oh, okay. So, yeah. No.
And double no.
Yes, okay. And the damage is penetrating damage. Check again.
Penetrating damage is nice.
Yes, that's because
It's insane. It's
D6 plus magic penetrating.
okay.
So it's D6 plus 4. Don't get any bonuses for being primal, do I?
Nope.
So D6 plus 4 penetrating damage. 10 penetrating damage.
All right, one moment, please. So their bodies spasm and rack in the impact of the lightning, and they thrash, but they are still standing.
Mm-hmm.
Are you done?
If I move, they'll take attack of duty, wouldn't they?
Nope.
There's none.
There's no
there
attacks
are
of
none.
opportunity.
No, I'll stay here. No.
Okay, Cyrus. The dead man stands before you, the sword right through his ribs. But you know that thing where you can kill a man, but he's still moving?
Uh-huh.
Well, this one hasn't stopped yet. You know, his arms are still flailing. He's still going for you. He's still standing there. He should be dead by all rights. What do you want to do? Apart from be extremely grateful that one of the soldiers came to your aid.
Yep. Oh, well, here we go again. That's a suck-ass roll.
Okay, I think I know what's coming here. Oh, wow, no, this one was ready for you. Okay.
Oh, I figured. Actually, what am I doing? I'm finally at distance from them.
Yeah.
Move, draw my bow.
Mm-hmm.
Was it, I can do move simple and then complex, or simple in a complex? How does that work again? Would I be able to draw my bow and fire an arrow?
Yeah.
Okay, then that's what I'm doing. And the number 9. I finally can use my damn bow.
Okay. Go for it. There is a man in front of you making it harder to see him, so I'm afraid you're going to get -1 or 2 penalty. Oh shit, it's also getting a bit dark in the evening now. We'll call it -2 then.
Fine.
Stunk! Do some
Get his
damage!
ass up.
Yep, you shoot him good.
And that was number 9.
Yep.
There we go.
Mm-hmm. Okay, yep, the arrow stunks, it nicks him. So, but it's not an entirely bad hit. Wittred! The man got back up, and he's got company. What are you going to do?
Oh, scream, stay down at the guy that got back up. And that's number 1. We do the aim again. I hit, no stunts. And I'm going to push him away from the little girl.
Alright, yep. Absolutely.
And
There you go, that's close enough. Just swoop and whop. Okay, one moment please, here we go again.
And I will look at the little girl who's there and yell at her to hide.
So you hear his neck snap as the hammer cracks into the side of his head and takes it that little bit too far for comfort. But he stands, he's still standing, he hasn't fallen yet, with his head lolling off to the side. And he looks like he's still good to fight as the foul, sickly, pus-like blood seeps from his body. Actually, it kind of sprays at this point. And the little girl screams and runs away, and we'll just move her off to the side with the other escapees. I need to move some of these around a bit. One moment. Those of you outside see Sir Willem, who was inside the tent, cowering behind two of his soldiers. They're like, "Oh, get him away! Keep him away from me! Don't let him close! He's filth! Vermin!" It seems now he may be showing his true colours. And I don't mean that True Colours song either. That seems to go on and on forever and never stop when it gets sung. Right. Falrun.
I believe his true colors are running down his legs.
Indeed. I'd like to remind you that this man is still standing and fighting.
It is.
You're very quiet. Are you a long way from your mic?
Yeah.
Okay, I thought that might be the case.
This.
Oh, hard luck. Right. Hey, Cyrus. The man next to you with the sword through his lungs turns and, goes with his axe straight for Laszlo here. He's spitting blood and, oh my god. Poor Laszlo gets hit. And hurt. Right. These two are going for Oleg. You know what? This one's just going to run up and slice at him with his dagger. And then the other one will chop with his axe, roaring like a madman. Oh, poor Oleg. Yep, he's really badly hurt now.
Shit.
Inside the tent. Okay. This man with his neck hanging sideways just steps in and tries to bite Wihtred with his hanging sideways head. He goes, ah, 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 as I scroll up and down the target list trying to find the bugger. Where's he got to now? Oh, right up. Okay. Wihtred, he tried to bite you, but you kind of jam your hammer haft into his mouth, and he bites down hard on that, knocking a load of his teeth loose. Okay. Meanwhile, hey Livia, you've pissed these guys off. This one's coming in for you, and he's going to try and bite you. He's slavering at the chops. He bites you, and it hurts. It is agonizing. And the other one tries to slice at you with his dagger. Ow! Well, that's their turns taken care of, and now Livia is in considerably more pain than she was previously. You see Milo on the stage cowering over his daughter, not cowering, but, defensively covering her and staring in shock as the crowd is dispersing rather rapidly now. And the crowd is dispersing in a rapid and disorderly manner. There's lots of screaming and kicking and people just running for their life. Okay.
Is it my turn?
Nope.
No.
It's Dielza's turn. She's found something, and she's doing a remarkable impression of Elizabeth in all of those Bioshock games and chucking it to Oleg. while doing nothing actually positive or productive in the situation whatsoever. Haldir, it's your turn.
I would like to step in behind this guy while he's facing off against the guard, wrench the axe out of his hand, and if I get enough stun points off of it, I want to use his axe against him.
So basically, that's an attack that you're going to be trying for enough stunt points for a disarm maneuver.
Yeah.
Go for it. This might not end well for you, though. I'm just warning you now.
This whole day has not ended well for me.
I know, it's tragic, isn't it?
Let's see. Which one is he again? Number 4, I believe. Yeah.
At least your sister's beside you. Oh, wait, she's a brother. You have to take a moment to remind yourself.
Well, also last time I accidentally had my -2 from the armor factored into my unarmed, so this time it's factored properly.
Mm-hmm.
No stunt, but I hit.
You grab him, consider it to deal damage then, as you're kind of like struggling and like crushing his hand and your grip.
So you said
Don't roll damage because he's dead already.
Oh, okay.
Except he's clearly not dead.
Okay. Well, I'm just curious, so I'll do it this way.
While you do that, Oleg will back up towards Dielza. He'll uncork the bottle she hurled him and drink of its contents.
Well, we struggle with his weapon, at least. He's not using it.
Oh, poo. The one book I didn't have open. Right. Oh, nice.
Cyrus, I'll try to hold him here. Shoot those other bastards.
I'm doing the best I can.
I know.
Okay.
These assholes ruined my dress.
The amazing power of healing potions. Right, there we go. So he's backed up a bit. Livia, you're kind of hurting now.
I am. Best way to get that is to kill the bastards.
Well, there's 2 of them.
Yes, same shocking thing.
Okay.
Yes, 20. That's an easy pass.
Well, they're not going to be resisting that, are they? It was a Constitution, wasn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah, carry on.
D6 penetrate. D6 plus 4 penetrating.
Nice. Man, that's low. Okay.
No, D6. Yeah. Well, oh shit. Yeah. D6 plus 4 is 5. Okay, we'll kill one of them.
Yeah, he's still standing there with smoke coming off him. You know, sizzling and frazzled.
Walk behind Wilfred.
Okay. Speaking of which, it's nearly his turn. Cyrus, it's your turn. The dead man in front of you has just attacked the soldier. He's clearly still fighting on.
He's also got his axe tied up with me as I'm holding on to it.
Well, I'm going to take him at his word. He said, keep fighting and he'll take care of it.
Well, I said I'll keep him held here.
More importantly, these 2 are a significant threat to Oleg, who looks like he can't hold up much longer.
Simple, draw my bow, or draw my arrow, and I will shoot at number 9.
You know what, we'll move Laszlo around here, and he'll be like trying to wrestle the guy to the ground and pin him down.
No good. I've got help.
Oh,
well.
Oh, man, that's just tragic.
Nice to know that you got a +7, though.
Okay, Wittred, I'm probably going to house rule this at some point, but it'll make more sense in a while. In the meantime, the reason I'm house ruling it is because it hurts the it hurts the dramatic pace, you know. So I'm going to be tweaking this, so it won't quite be as written. It's already not quite as written, but hey.
Okay.
All right, go ahead, Wittred. There's a dead man next to you who wants to kill you, a dead man next to you who wants to kill you, and a not so dead man next to you who wants to kill you. They've all got weapons. They all look dangerous.
I'm still facing the one I've been beating on, so
Yep.
I will grip tighter on my hammer, and I will scream at the dead thing in front of me. Why aren't you dead yet? And swing at it.
Nice.
Roll.
Okay, your hammer crashes into him and beats him backwards, and he crashes up against a table and almost goes backwards over the table, and pulls himself back up from the table. Like, you know, he was bent over backwards at the waist over the table, and he just like puts both hands on the table, pushes himself back up with his head lolling off to the side on his broken neck. And as he sways and staggers towards you, there's a mighty boom as his chest bursts open and blood splatters all over the place and his corpse collapses to the floor. There's a gaping cavity in the centre of his chest that was not there some time ago.
I don't like the sound of that.
Time bomb.
Right, Falrun, you don't hear that. The boom isn't so loud that you hear it out here, but it is pretty revolting and disgusting. This one here is being slowly forced to the ground by a soldier and Haldir. You got these two over here causing trouble. You have not reloaded your bow from last time because you moved and shot. See, I remember these things. It's my duty. Sort of.
Well, I don't know how I'm going to shoot over them, I suppose, now that they're all standing in front of me.
Just be -2 for the darkness and the intervening people. I say it would just be -2, but you don't get a penalty bigger than -3, so -2 is quite a bit.
I hope that wasn't that blood bomb spell.
It wasn't. Something much worse.
Good. Oh, okay.
Oh, ow. Ooh. Well, you try to shoot, and you're trying to avoid hitting your allies here, and this, you know, and the clown here. Your shot goes somewhat wide. These two... This one has clearly been distracted, rushes over here to attack the soldier. This one dashes into a chaco. I'm not going to go with masses of dice rolls here, because it just bogs things down. Inside the tent itself... this one with an axe is going to attack Wittred because he can. It's like, "Rah! Rah!" Wittred, you've been struck again, but you have armor. Oof. And this one staggers forwards. You know, he looks like he's undergone a major electric shock because he's just had 2 of them. And he tries to stab Livia with his dagger. Oh my god. Don't worry, we're not going to go for the stump points there, just straight up damage. So he stabs you, and then pulls the dagger out and licks the blade, and then begins to cut himself along the side. And the yellowish blood oozes out onto the blade, coating it disgustingly. Over here, the one behind the cart finishes killing Jornan with excessive brutality and begins roaring until the 2 soldiers who were guarding Sir Willem rush over and begin to cut him down. You can't see entirely how it's going behind the cart, but it looks revolting. Sir Willem draws his sword and prepares to cut down anything that comes close to him with almost military efficiency. Dielza, moves in and tries to distract this berserker from slaughtering her brother, clutching at her badly bandaged leg. Haldir, your turn. You're tugging this fellow down to the ground when his chest bursts open with an explosion of flesh to reveal a gaping hole. And he is no more.
There's no do you lose your stomach or anything for that? Or anything?
His heart just exploded. You react however you want in character.
I'll stagger over here, and feebly try to punch at this guy as I'm kind of distracted.
Okay. Have a +1 ganging up bonus, because the soldier's there.
Okay, then I'll take a... let's see... +1 will take me 4. So I'll only take a -1 to myself in this attack. Because I feel that I'm distracted from this. Yeah, I'm distracted.
You were definitely distracted. Oleg kicks the man in the nuts and backs up, trying to drag his sister away with him. Livia, you're really badly hurt now. This man looks like he's not going to stop.
I know. Move to there. Where is it? Down here somewhere. Mana. Spend mana. That much. Okay. Magic. This is healing myself.
That is quite understandable.
Pass this. Get 3d6 back.
I'm going to be burning this dress not long from now.
Uh-huh. Preferably after putting something else on first. Yeah. That is a nice amount of healing there.
Yeah.
We'll put on Falren's clothes.
That was basically 3 magic points to use that, and no stamp points.
Cyrus.
But no.
Yay. Let's see if I can miss some more.
Just -1 because of the low light, but I should be giving everyone -1 on attacks because of the low light, including these guys. And I haven't that much yet, so don't worry about it too much.
Attack! Oh shit! I forgot to look at which one that was. Another one that's trying to get into the
9.
holla, which is 9. Yeah.
Yeah.
9 penalty 1. And I miss again.
Okay, looking at the lateness of the hour, I think I may need to stop soon before continuing too much longer. So we may need to pick this up next time. I think either I was going to say end of the round, but we're practically at the end of the round already. Do some damage to him and mess him up, and then we'll nice. We'll do Witred's turn, and then say, do you guys want to end at the end of this round, or do one more?
One more.
Okay. Everyone else.
Yeah, one more.
Yeah.
Okay, we'll do one more round and then we'll call it there for the night.
I'm so glad I brought a change of clothes, even though they're Falren's.
I'm kind of wishing you brought a freaking staff with you.
We didn't want me to be found out as a caster, so we got rid of that.
No, you decided to get rid of that. There was other ways we could have done that. I didn't mind the healing.
Yeah, you can cast spells without using your staff, by the way.
Nobody told me this. Otherwise, I'd have been duped something already.
That might have been a good thing to not have been told in that case, then.
Well, specifically in the spell descriptions, it says using your hands or a staff.
Good to know.
I've been using my staff, but you know.
Well, guess I'll be doing something next turn.
Okay.
Oh,
Right.
crunch. Do some
This
damage.
is what happens. He pulls his hammer forward to swing, and it goes backwards. He's facing the direction he is. He's going to try to hit number 3 over here, but accidentally hits number 2.
Yep, just catches him with a backswing.
And then dual strike, he swings forward and hits the one in front of him.
Nice. Roll damage against number 2. Don't bother rolling damage against number 3.
Alright. Number 2. And after he smashes both of them and pushes them back, he would call out to Olivia, and he says, "Remind me to clean my weapon later. This is disgusting."
You said clothes. They're only peasants after all.
Alright, this one, so you smash into this one, giving a mighty whack in the ribcage and knocking him back up against the stage. This one, you just shatter his pelvis and he falls to the floor. And as he does, you see the old woman point, and a crow actually swoops down and starts pecking at his face and eyes and head. And he just goes down and will not be getting back up.
Yay.
Yay.
Alright, Falron, your turn. You... Ha! Yes! You... I have not yet forgotten, but I need to find what I'm... There we go. This is the one I set aside on the side here. You see an old wagon with 2 children clutched under it, a boy and a girl. Let's have a... It's that awkward boy from earlier. And one of the girls will go with this one. And we need a second one. Here we go. Yep. There are 2 of these deranged, infected, contagious people poking under the wagon as the children cower under the wagon trying to escape them. The little girl makes a bolt for it while the boy whimpers and cries. One of the creatures goes after her and is likely to catch her if she doesn't get rescued soon, whereas the little boy is likely to be dragged out from under the wagon by the creature. What are you going to do?
Did you have to?
Mm-hmm.
Decision making.
What? Decision making in a role-playing game? It has been known to occur.
How far am I from both chases?
Let's see. About 36 feet to the one by the wagon, about 54 to the one chasing after the little girl.
How? I can't get that far.
Bearing in mind that your weapon ranges are in yards, you should treble them. As I said, I'll be fixing the ranges on this map in between sessions.
Okay, so I guess I can run up, or probably not run up. I don't know.
Probably. Hey, remember, it's narrative. The distances are a little subjective. It would have been nice to have a really nice village map. I should go check if Heroic Maps do a really nice sort of village fate map that I could have used for this.
There's one prize though. Like a flip map of village type things.
Okay.
It's got a fountain in the middle and everything.
So you dash up to the man who's crouching beside the cart, reaching in to try and grab the little boy.
Does he see me?
Probably not. Let's see. I mean, he is kind of not even close to noticing you.
No.
So you rush up to him and slice him with your sword. As you do, you see the other rager fall. And the dark-haired archer gives you a wave as he falls with an arrow embedded in his neck. And the little girl continues running away screaming until she's gathered up by some people who might be her aunt or mother and whisked away to safety. So we'll just hide her.
I wave. Well, I was hoping to actually, like, if I do miss, crash into him or something, just to distract him.
Sure. You turn to wave, lose your balance, and topple into him and over him as he stands and bellows out in that kind of "who hit me" way. And then he sees you and stabs for you with his dagger.
I've sent you the Sandpoint Swallowtail Festival map.
Not really what I need by now, but I appreciate it.
Yeah.
In between sessions, maybe, but for now, not too helpful.
No, it's just the link.
I know. I'm just trying to find F on the target list because they're not done alphabetically and they're not done by distance. It's a weird way of. Right at the bottom. Okay, of course. So he slices at you with the dagger, and we'll just remember you fell down.
Roll.
Yep, you just kind of roll aside as the foul-smelling dagger sinks into the earth with this sickly yellow liquid coating its blade. Whatever it is, it looks very unhealthy. Right. There's a soldier here. He's getting attacked with an axe.
I'm so glad you didn't say that you sunk that into his own flesh before he hacked at me.
The axe drives the soldier back.
Mm-hmm.
And, just striking him drives him back. This one continues advances to threaten the two chastened, who are, backing up and fighting it defensively. Because you guys are the heroes, you should be doing most of the work. Hey, Haldir, it's your turn. Speaking of work, this bloke just belted that soldier something rotten.
Move up behind Cyrus. Place my hands on his shoulder and whisper quietly, "May the Maker heal you, help you, aid you." And I'm going to do a 3-point heal.
Do you want to make me a perception check as you do this?
I guess.
She's watching. Oh, stunt points and all.
Nice. One moment. I was looking wrong page. Okay, hang on. Let's see. Yeah, Falrun has got a bit of a strange smell to him. It's similar to these berserkers. Mm-hmm. He's been heavily wounded, and he's smelling the same way they are. And his skin is starting to turn a little bit yellow around the wound. Yeah, sorry, Cyrus, yeah.
Okay.
So as you heal him, you notice that his skin is yellowing around the wound, and he's starting to smell like the barbarians. I
have nothing to cure that with other than to heal him. So,
so do your healing.
Yeah. First mark off the 3 mana.
Yeah, and stunt points. Roll some stunt points.
Those stunt points were perception tests, not healing spells.
They were.
Yes.
If you'd like to use role-playing stunts, or let's see.
I don't know if there's any that I can use.
I think exploration or role-playing stunts. I don't think there's a lot you could use. It would be very useful right here.
No.
I've given you the most information you could really use at this point.
Yeah.
Now's the time you want to roll 5 stunt points.
Let's see. Before I click to do the healing, let me do the magic.
Yes.
So I got stunt points on magic.
Yeah. Loads of stunt points. Max.
Let me look at that. What was that spell? There we go. It doesn't do damage, but it heals damage. I don't know if that would qualify or not.
No.
No mighty damage on a healing spell. That just is weird.
Fast cast. We'll do a fast cast.
And you can also lessen the cost of the spell? By 1.
Sonnet. Yeah, we could do that. Increase the spell power of your spell
Puissant.
by 1% point. No, that's not gonna help.
No, decrease the
Okay.
cost of it. Decrease the cost.
There's really not.
Where's decreased cost?
Yeah, decreasing the cost is really all you can do on healing spells
Skillful
with stunts,
casting,
really.
okay.
Yeah.
Yes.
So I'll reduce it to a 2 cost, and then I'll, like I said, I'll follow it up with a fast cast.
Sure.
So first, the healing
Mm-hmm.
to Cyrus. Number of dice is 3. No bonus, no penalty, no ability. So he just got 11 points of healing. It auto-applied it.
Nice. Very nice.
And
Oleg
then-
slices into the fellow and backs up
Ain't
again
done
with
yet.
his knife.
Oh,
I know. I
hold on.
just rolled that attack while you were doing all that to speed things up a bit
Okay.
narratively.
Let's see. I'm going for another 3-pointer.
Wait, we're still in combat. Why are you casting again? Did you?
I
Yes.
said fast cast.
Oh, right. Yeah. Okay. Carry on. Sure.
I'll heal myself with the one mana in just a minute.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah.
So that's a
Nice.
success.
Oh,
You don't get stun points this time.
You don't
No.
get stun points this time, unfortunately. Otherwise, it could just chain on indefinitely.
Yeah. Yeah.
And then he'll get 13 more points of healing.
Great.
And I'll lean in and say, don't say I didn't ever do anything for you.
And don't forget your point back. Yeah.
I'm working on it.
Livia,
Okay. Right.
there's still a dead man here fighting. Well, he's dying. He should be out of the fight now, given the amount of sheer damage and the 2 massive electric shocks his body's taken.
I moved to there.
Mm-hmm.
To see if a party member's down, little boy. So forgetting the fact I'm out of mana, and in fact you're almost out of mana, I go up to then attack my star.
He's out. This is going on outside the tent. You're inside the tent, and the distance is not relative.
Okay.
Yeah, but it's not to scale necessarily at the moment.
Okay, if it's outside the tent, I can't see it. Obviously, I can just blast this guy here. Where are we? Where's the staff attack? Arcane Lance.
Mm-hmm.
And it's the splattered guy, so Arcane Lance. Yes, it is a range attack. I can't actually see a target.
I know. Don't worry. Just make a magic roll.
Okay. Oh, sorry. That closes the thing down. Magic roll. 10.
Okay, so you blast him, and his corpse just sizzles and frays and topples to the ground, just smouldering.
Yeah.
Right,
Next round.
Cyrus.
Oh, joy.
These two are still looking to cause a major problem, but this one is badly injured at this point. Also, you see the situation where Falrun has rushed over to the wagon, tried to stab the Rager, and lost his balance and fallen over the Rager onto the ground, and the Rager's turned up and tried to stab him with a knife.
All right. Well,
As the little boy cowers under the wagon, quivering.
shooting. Oh shit! I used the wrong sword. Damn it. Okay. I
Okay.
forgot about a rapier. I forgot to delete the short sword off my list.
Ah, yeah.
So I actually would have hit that first attack. But anyways, yeah, I guess I'm going to shoot number 8 to save Falrun.
Which one was it? Considering that.
8, the one that's facing Falrun, 8.
No, which one did you would you have hit previously? I'll just
I
give him.
I haven't shot yet. I was shooting 9, but I'm going to go after 8.
Okay, I'll just give one of the other two a bit of damage to make up for it.
Oh, the one that I hit was attacking earlier was dead already. It turned.
Oh,
into-
okay.
For some reason, this thing does not get rid of
You're gonna
weapons.
get the -2 for shooting into combat. No, it's trying to get rid of weapons is awkward. I'm not sure if there's an easy way of doing it. We'll look into it
Well,
in
there's
between
going to be a
sessions.
total of a -3 with low light, so...
No, because it doesn't stack. You just take the worst of.
Oh, okay. Well,
Yeah, you just
live
take the
with
worst modifier.
that. I'll take the -2 and firing.
Stunk. The arrow funks into him and quivers in his chest. Roll me some damage.
That's on number 8.
Takes
That's
8
a pretty
damage
good
after
damn
armor.
damage.
Nice. Okay,
It's,
Wittred, the last foe within the tent has finally been defeated. You see Old Man Kovik clutching his unconscious daughter to his chest as the blood seeps from the injury on her arm. You hear cries and sounds of fighting outside where you might want to go.
I will say to Livia, assist the old man and the injured woman.
Of
I'll
course.
go help our friends. And I'll step
Okay.
out of the...
And
Go.
so with that, you dash to the entrance of the tent and gaze out onto a scene from some kind of hellish Orlesian nightmare. There are, corpses fighting, it's brutal, it's violent, and as you take in the scene, you see a woman, a distraught woman, rushing up to some kind of woodsman, a hunter or furrier, and she grabs him by the shoulder and says, "Oh, thank goodness you made it back safely. I was so scared they would have got you out in the forest." And as he turns to you, you see his eyes are wide and his skin is jaundiced, and he raises a dagger and threatens her, and with that, we're going to end the session and pick it up next time. Wow! Finally got a bit of a cliffhanger, eh?
I
Okay.
didn't have an action to be able to use an attack.
No, I'll have to arrange that all narratively, but hey. Next time we will continue the assault on town, which is hopefully nearly over. But I hope you all enjoyed it, and I'll see you all next time. Next week should be
Yep.
Strange Eons again.
Yay. Okay. Bye. Bye, people. See you in 2 weeks.
Bye.
Yeah, bye-bye.